Stop what you are doing and look directly up at your ceiling. If a massive earthquake hits right this second, it is not the shaking floor that is going to hurt you. It is whatever is hanging directly over your head. The moment sudden danger strikes, your brain instantly defaults to a battery-saver panic mode. Every cell in your body starts screaming at you to sprint in the opposite direction. That flight response worked perfectly for early humans trying to escape predators on the savannah. But when it comes to navigating modern extreme disasters, giving in to that impulse to run is often a fatal error. We are going to look at the 4 deadliest disasters on Earth: earthquakes, tornadoes, floods, and fires. Whichever one of those terrifies you the most on a low-key level is exactly the one you need to pay attention to today. Surviving extreme weather doesn't mean flexing your muscles and outrunning the elements like you are in an action movie. This is a game of physics. To walk away, you have to actively override your own biological programming. Earthquakes almost always start subtly. The ground hums, the room tilts, and your immediate biological instinct is to either sprint out the front door or dive straight into a doorframe. Standing in a doorframe is outdated advice. Modern frames do not have the structural integrity they used to. Furthermore, the vast majority of casualties do not come from buildings collapsing. They come from gravity pulling down heavy debris like ceilings, glass, and televisions onto people trying to run. This diagram shows the triangle of life. A falling ceiling hitting a heavy sofa acts as a brace, creating a safe triangular void. Drop next to that sturdy object, never under it. Curl in the fetal position, stay low, and wait out the kinetic energy. You cannot outrun a moving environment. Survival here requires outsmarting gravity by locating structural voids where falling objects cannot reach you. A tornado gives off distinct sensory warnings. The sky turns a sickly green, the air goes perfectly still, and you hear a continuous rumble. The immediate biological impulse is to jump into your car and try to quickly drive away from the storm. This airflow model illustrates why driving is a mistake. Tornadoes easily outpace civilian vehicles, and if you try to hide under a highway overpass, you are stepping into a trap. As the wind enters the wide opening of the bridge and forces its way through the narrow concrete gap, it compresses and drastically accelerates, acting as a massive vacuum. To outsmart this pressure system, you need to seek the lowest possible ground. If you are indoors, move to a central windowless room, like a bathroom, and anchor yourself tightly to heavy plumbing pipes that run deep into the foundation. As the funnel approaches, the atmospheric pressure will drop so fast that you will actually feel your ears physically pop. When that happens, the store is directly overhead. Keep your head down and wait. Winning a foot race against cyclical winds is mathematically impossible. Your only objective is minimizing your exposure to extreme pressure differentials. Floods escalate with deceptive quietness. Water pooling around your ankles can quickly rise to your waist. The natural human instinct is to wade through the water to gather your valuables or drive your car to higher ground. This chart breaks down the immense kinetic force of moving water. Just 6 inches of rushing water exerts enough physical pressure against a human leg to knock an adult off their feet. Move up to 2 feet of moving water, and the force is strong enough to completely sweep away a car. If you get caught in a current, you must kill the instinct to thrash or swim against it. Exhaustion will take you before the water does. Instead, go limp, float on your back, and ride the current until you can grab onto a solid anchor. If you are trapped indoors, immediately cut your main electrical power line to eliminate the risk of electrocution. Leave your phones, clothes, and material possessions behind. They carry 0 survival value. Surviving a flood means yielding to overwhelming kinetic force. It requires focusing purely on buoyancy and endurance, rather than futile physical resistance. When a fire breaks out, the visible flames instantly trigger a panic response. Your panicked brain instantly tells you to stay on your feet and run away blindly as fast as possible. But the flames are rarely the primary threat. Fire rapidly consumes the oxygen in the room, replacing it with toxic smoke. This means you will inhale carbon monoxide and lose consciousness long before the actual heat ever reaches you. This timeline shows exponential fire growth, doubling every 30 seconds, impossible to outrun. To navigate thermodynamics, realize hot, toxic smoke rises to the ceiling, while heavy, breathable air sinks. The only way to access that safe oxygen layer is to drop down and crawl. You cannot race an exponentially growing threat. Surviving a fire requires forcing yourself to slow down, control your breathing, and exploit the thermodynamic layers of the room. Freezing up in terror during any of these 4 disasters does not mean you lack courage. That reaction is simply your central nervous system executing old, outdated code in a desperate attempt to protect its hardware. True survival does not demand brute strength or speed. It requires the calm, calculated application of physics. By understanding the scientific rules that govern your environment, you now hold the ultimate admin override over your own biological instincts. You are built to survive, as long as you know how to operate the machinery. Hit the like button below to lock in this critical survival knowledge. And be sure to subscribe to the channel. It is the easiest and most effective way to ensure your biological software stays continuously updated against future threats.